It's Concacaf World Cup Qualifiers, tonight's match featuring Honduras and Cuba. I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. 77 degrees is the temperature, light breeze, and maybe a chance of rain. But we are all set to go for the opener for both Honduras and Cuba in the road to the United States, Mexico, and Canada in 2026. This is what Group A looks like. Antigua and Barbuda and Bermuda playing to a draw yesterday, so they are at the top of the Group A standings. The Cayman Islands will enter in just a couple of days. But both Cuba and Honduras trying to get to the World Cup. That is the goal for both of these nations. For Cuba, the last time they were in it was 1938 in France. Just one World Cup appearance in their history. As for Honduras, they have been there much more recent. And it was in 2010 and 2014 that they were there in this century. Then you go back to 1982. That was the first time they ever made the World Cup. But the man who got them back to the World Cup after that long drought is Reinaldo Rueda, the head coach for Honduras. He is back in charge of this Honduran men's national team, and he is looking to break another drought of World Cup appearances for this Honduras side. They probably are the favorites here in Group A, at least based on their FIFA ranking. They come in ranked 82nd in the FIFA rankings. That is the highest in this group. Cuba come in at 169. There is the man, Reinaldo Rueda, who will lead this Honduran side into battle tonight. This is a Honduras side that has missed just 2 of the last 7 final rounds of World Cup qualifying. It is the top 2 teams out of each group that will move on into the next stage of World Cup qualifying. There will be games contested during this June window, and then we'll put all of this on pause for a full calendar year, and we'll pick it up again next June. It will be Concacaf Nations League that will replace in the fall and into early 2025. Still just about 2 years out from the 2026 World Cup. Well, these two teams, they do have some recent history. You go back to October, a couple of matches between these two sides. It started off on October 12th, a 0-0 draw between these two teams. That took place at Estadio Olímpico Felix Sanchez in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. And then it was the next game between these two, a 4-0 win here in Honduras in this venue. And maybe that's a reason why Honduras wanted to play again in this venue. 4-0, and they really dominated that game against Cuba. Cuba looking for a bit of revenge as the players start to take to the field coming out of the tunnel. Another matchup between Honduras and Cuba. Experienced players on both sides of the ball. And we'll see what we get to start off both of these teams' World Cup qualifying journeys tonight. The referees lead them out. It is Honduras and Cuba. We're building you up to first kick. We'll hear both national anthems and get you lineups as we get you set from Tegucigalpa. Building you up to first kick tonight from Estadio Shanato Ucles in Tegucigalpa, Honduras. It is Group A in Concacaf World Cup Qualifiers. Honduras playing host to Cuba. I'm Josh Eastern. Glad to be with you here tonight as both of these teams get their World Cup qualifying journeys underway under the lights here in Tegucigalpa. Final handshakes between both sides as we inch you closer to first kick. Pre-match photo on both sides and a chance to look at tonight's starting lineups. We will start with Honduras for head coach Reynaldo Rueda, who puts out this lineup. Plenty of experience. It starts with Edric Menjivar, who will get the start in goal. The captain, Anthony Lozano, will lead the line. The player to watch, though, has to be Celtic's Luis Palma, who will get the start on the front line. A look at our officials tonight. It is Juan Gabriel Calderon of Costa Rica who will be in the middle. An all Costa Rican officiating crew. It is the two captains who will come to the middle here. Luis Paradella of Cuba and Anthony Lozano of Honduras. Lozano led Honduras in goals in CONCACAF Nations League. No VAR in effect for tonight's World Cup qualifying match. And a chance now to look at Cuba's starting 11 from head coach Yunelis Castillo. Rico Rosarena of the Las Vegas Lights will get the start in goal. 11 caps for him in his career, but the man to watch has to be the captain, Luis Paradella. 35 caps, 9 goals for him, and a chance for him to add to that total tonight. With that, we are just about set to go for kickoff tonight under floodlights in Tegucigalpa. And all set to go. One note as well, Javier Arriaga, number 6 in white. You can see him there in the middle of your screen. The 19-year-old, he will be making his national team debut tonight. A big stage for the teenager. Reynaldo Rueda, his second stint as manager, helped lead this Honduras side into the 2010 World Cup, which ended nearly a 30-year drought. And trying to end a similar drought, but not quite as long. It'll only be 12 years if they can get back to the World Cup in a couple of years. There's the whistle, and away we go. Honduras in white, it's Cuba in blue and red. And we are underway. 90 minutes tonight from Tegucigalpa. The third time that these teams are meeting within a calendar year. They met each other in October twice. And the last time they played each other before that was all the way back in 2015 in a friendly. Already Honduras coming into the attack. The cross bouncing in. There's a Rosarena to hold on to it. Just 30 seconds gone. Honduras has won the last 3 World Cup qualifiers against Cuba. They did face off prior to the 1982 World Cup, and then twice ahead of the 2014 World Cup. Honduras 8 wins, 5 losses, and 3 draws all time against Cuba. Flores in the middle, he's upended. Honduras able to keep it, and it's moved down the line. Options to pick out in the middle. Sliding challenge put in. It was deemed clean, and it's out for a throw-in. Quickly trying to play this to the end line. An extra touch, and this time out for a corner kick. Andy Najar coming forward. There's Yunelis Castillo, manager of Cuba. Cuba will play host to the Cayman Islands in their match on Tuesday. This is played in short. The cross fluttering in, the header coming towards goal, and an easy take by Arozarena. Arozarena, formerly of the Tampa Bay Rowdies in the USL Championship, the second division in the United States, now currently playing for the Las Vegas Lights. Cuba, quite a big nation for baseball. His brother Randy playing for the Tampa Bay Rays, and the team he plays for in the Las Vegas Lights, the owner is Jose Bautista, a former MLB All-Star himself. Arozarena choosing the soccer route and getting the start here tonight for his national team. Floated forward again. The header away by Perez. Pressure from behind and a foul. Another look at this one. It was Hernandez caught from behind. So far this year, it's been busy for Honduras. A friendly back in January, which was a 2-0 loss against Iceland in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And then in March, it was the Copa America play-in match. A 3-1 loss against Costa Rica for Honduras. That was played in Frisco, Texas, just north of Dallas. And then a few days later, a 1-1 draw against El Salvador as this ball will run out of play. That was played in Houston. So this is the first match that Honduras is playing in 2024 in their home country. A tough way to go out of Nations League last year for this Honduras side. They finish in one of those top 2 spots and were able to advance on to the quarterfinal stage of Nations League. They ended up, though, losing to Mexico. They got a historic 2-0 win in the first leg against Mexico, those quarterfinals in Nations League, before a 2-0 loss on the road at the Azteca just a couple of days later, and then losing 4-2 in penalties. That's what forced them into that Copa America qualifying play-in match, which we mentioned they did lose to Costa Rica by 3-1. So they will not be participating in Copa America. They've only participated in it once. That was back in 2001. They will have this match, a match against Bermuda, and then one more friendly. They will take on Ecuador. That will be in Hartford, Connecticut, coming up on June 16th. But these are the 2 games that Reynaldo Rueda really circled on the calendar, as that friendly does fall outside of a FIFA window. So some players have to go back to their club teams. Bit of a different roster it could be on the field that night for Honduras. Another cross coming in. The heads go up. It's steered wide. Lozano's asking for a corner kick, and I think he'll get it. It's another one here for Honduras. Edwin Rodriguez to stand over it. Plays it towards the top of the area. Shooting chance, fakes once, then goes for the second attempt. It's blocked, and a chance now for Cuba to race the other way. Nothing doing there for Diaz. And Honduras back on it. No surprise that they are the team on the front foot in these opening few minutes tonight on their home field. There's Davy Flores, the Toronto FC man. Played down the line and turned back. Alvarez down the line again, looking for Chirinos. His pass off the mark. It was De La Cruz He was able to see that out of play under some pressure. For Cuba so far this year, just one match in 2024, and it happened to be a 1-0 win against Nicaragua. It was Michael Reyes who scored the lone goal in Managua that night. Nicaragua, a good outfit themselves. They ended up getting a 4-1 win last night to open their World Cup qualifying slate, taking down Montserrat. Alvarez moves it out wide. Chirinos. It's an option on the overlap. Instead, plays it towards the top of the area, and this shot is sliced wide. Another look at this, but he never really had a chance. The attempt from Jorge Alvarez. Going back to the end of last year for Cuba. Played just one game in the November FIFA window, and it was an 8-0 loss against Russia. They went on the road to Russia and ended up not really able to keep that one close, losing 8-0, and that came on the heels of a 4-0 loss against Honduras to close out their Nations League cycle. First chance into the attack tonight for Cuba. A split one. Here's Paradella. Paradella, who plays for Deportivo Saprissa in Costa Rica. This comes to the end line again. It's kept in play and put out by Luis Vega. Corner kick on the way for Cuba. There's a ball on the field they'll have to clear. Asnir Matos is ready to deliver. Matos, the outswinging ball, out of the way at the near post. Paradella's under it. He made a connection. It wasn't close. For Cuba in their Nations League cycle, in the last one, ended up finishing in 4th place in Group A and League A. It was the same group as Honduras, which means they stay right where they are for the next edition, and they'll have the likes of Jamaica, Nicaragua, Trinidad and Tobago in their group. Those games to be contested in September and October. Right now, the focus on these two matches in this window against Honduras tonight and then hosting the Cayman Islands on Tuesday. Hernandez and Paradella. Now some time for Cuba on the ball early on. Perez. Floated forward. As another ball rolls onto the field, it funnels through for Menjivar. There was some contact there. I think the referee's just going to say legs got tangled up. No foul and play on. Look at this roster for Honduras, and Renato Rueda sticking with a team mostly of domestic players. A few from whether it be MLS or Luis Palma from Celtic in Scotland, but It's a roster mostly filled out by players that play here in Honduras. He said, we bet on that 16 years ago, which is when he was in his first stint as manager of Honduras. We'll go with it again. He said it was a bit complicated because MLS is still playing matches during this window. Now it's only a couple of matches that'll be played this weekend. And there was something to keep in mind for the Honduran manager. Still a squad that has plenty of talent on it. They still do have a few players like Davy Flores who got a touch there. Toronto will not play this weekend. As it's played out wide, Arriaga's first time cross deflecting in. The header coming towards the line. And it's onto the roof of the net. It'll be a corner kick coming. Arriaga bursting down this left side. It was off the shoulder of De La Cruz. And well out of play, which is why he was punched away. So a corner kick on the way. Luis Palma to deliver. He'll play it in short. Trying to get the return ball. Didn't quite come off as maybe he would hoped. Arriaga under pressure and dispossessed. And now Cuba can run. Paradella tripped. Free kick to Cuba. Just inside the attacking half, but maybe a chance to lift one into the box if you're Paradella. It's exactly what he'll try to do. It's a decent ball forward, and it needed clearing. De La Cruz trying to run after this. Honduran player goes down, play continues on. This one headed down and then put out of play. Decent effort there for Honduras. It was Perez who really made a mess of that. Luis Palma, one of the top attacking talents that Honduras has, putting some pressure on this Cuban back line. In-swinger looking for a flick from Flores at the near post. And another chance for Cuba to counter. This one maybe not as straightforward, and it's cut out anyway. And put right back into the path of Palma. Palma cuts it in. As it touched away, Flores there to recover. Alvarez. Flores looking over the top, and this will run out of play. The goal for Reynaldo Rueda, no doubt, is to get back to the World Cup in a couple of years. Seeing him on 2018 and 2022, definitely disappointment in the 2022 cycle. Just an absolute disaster for Honduras. 0 wins, 10 losses, 4 draws. Changing of managers during the cycle. Fabian Coito was the manager initially to start off the window. Then it was Hernan Dario Gomez. He took him through the rest of qualifying. As the flag is up for offside. Diego Vasquez came in for a short stint as well for about a year, and then Reynaldo Rueda stepped back in. Another look at this. Flag up for offside. It's the second time that Rueda has had a second stint at a national team job. He was the manager for Colombia from 2004 to 06. And then again from 2021 to 2022 after 3 years with Chile. It's Palma once again for Honduras. Touchdown the line. Off the chest of the defender. Can that take a deflection on the way out? It did off of Palma, and it's a goal kick. Paradella might be onto this. Good work by Andy Nahar to get it back for Menjivar. That's off the chest and taken by Palma now. Flores. Maybe a chance to hit this from distance, and nothing to worry Rosarena. Chirinos getting his laces through it. Chirinos just one goal in his international career. Tonight his 22nd cap. To keep this alive, another shot from distance. A little bit more attention shown to it by Rosarena, but again the shot well wide. Edwin Rodriguez trying his luck this time for Los Catrachos. There's Lozano up and over the back of Carol Espino. That ball did go out of play on the far touchline, so a throw-in awarded to Honduras. Arriaga. Challenge put in by De La Cruz and a whistle. De La Cruz does not like that decision. Good look here. I think it was probably the right call. Touch back into play. Here's Arriaga on his national team debut tonight. Melendez and now Vega. Alvarez. Down the line, Arriaga. De La Cruz puts it out. Long switch of play, and then headed back into the middle. It was just too far out in front of the intended target. And Cuba will look to turn this back upfield. It's taken away. Honduras racing forward again. Rodriguez holding on to possession, now sends the cross away. And it's flicked out of play. Junior Perez. In-swinging ball towards that near post. Third corner kick of the game for Honduras. Nothing coming of it, but maybe a Cuba counterattack. There's space on the far side. Paradella keeps it moving right through the middle, and it's in! What a goal! Michael Reyes! Cuba on the counter, and they lead it to Tegucigalpa. What a moment for Cuba on the road, and this counterattack played to perfection. Everybody on side. Menjivar a spectator. And Reyes able to just lift it up and over. So many numbers committed forward by Honduras. The counterattack didn't come off. There had been moments on the counter potentially for Cuba. And this one, they played to absolute perfection. It is a fantastic goal. A player who plays for Municipal Jalapa in Nicaragua. Well, he opens the scoring here tonight. A goal in the Gold Cup for him back in July. Now a big-time goal. It's his 8th international goal, and he gets tonight in his 40th cap. And Honduras now playing from behind on their home fields. Again, the switch of play, and the flag is up for offside. Yeah, just a bit too far forward. Here comes Cuba again. Paradella touching it into space, and Menjivar sliding in. Maybe this is a bit of uncharted territory for Honduras. In the lead up to the 2022 World Cup in qualifying, they got the qualification directly into the third round, the octagonal in Concacaf. They did not have to go through the second round. This is a foul as Palma cuts it in field and earns the free kick. There's Mexico, the United States, Costa Rica, Jamaica, and Honduras, the 5th and final team. That got the bye straight to the third round. This year it's a little bit different in terms of World Cup qualification. It's the top 2 teams in each of the groups in this second round that will move on to the third round. And then the group winners, along with a few second-place teams, will go into the Intercontinental Playoff. The group winners will move straight into the World Cup if you make it to the third round. Just got to finish in the top 2. And Honduras needs a result here at home tonight. As this is chipped forward, off the chest, Lozano scores! An immediate response for Honduras, it's 1-1. It is the captain. Perfectly weighted ball in. Lozano did it all himself. Off his chest on the turn and fires it past Rosarena. It's a great goal from Honduras, and moments after conceding, they are back on level terms. Lozano, his 13th international goal, coming in his 50th cap. And it's the captain, 31 years old. Played this year with Almeria in Spain, on loan from Getafe. And now play will be stopped as Paradella is down and holding his leg. Weaving through, Rodriguez deflecting out of play, corner kick. They play it short as it's floated in. Another chance on the rebounds and blocked away. Here's Paradella. You know how good Cuba can be on the counter. This time, though, it doesn't quite work out. Arriaga all the way back to Mendjivar in goal. 4 minutes between the two goals. Again, looking to play it in behind. Rodriguez throws on the brakes and turns it back. Lozano, his shot blocked. It's cut back for Alvarez. The extra pass, Palma. His shot blocked. Still available here for Honduras. Davy Flores. Palma tripped up again. Free kick, Honduras. Just a slight contact there from Eduardo Hernandez, enough to draw the whistle. Palma and Rodriguez will stand over this. This a bit more central, and maybe a look at goal for one or both of these players. It's Luis Palma standing over it. Palma puts it over the bar. Palma, one of two starters tonight that plays his club football in Europe, alongside teammate Anthony Lozano, plays in Spain. Palma playing for Celtic in Scotland. Reinaldo Rueda made it known that Palma and Choco Lozano, who scored the goal, will both only participate in these two qualifiers. It doesn't sound like they will be playing the game against Ecuador, the friendly. Again, cleared out of play. It's another corner kick on the way for Honduras. Past the half-hour mark, in Cuba having to put up a defensive front here. They have had those chances on the counterattack. That's how they got on the board. It's played short. Return ball, and the cross blocked. Headed along. And there is a player down. There's two players down, which is why play will be stopped here. Rodriguez, the Honduran player, down. And it's the goal scorer, Michael Reyes, who's on the turf for Cuba. Ronaldo Rueda mentioned that there are many examples of the distances being shortened when talking about Cuba and kind of the gap between the two teams. It's close to 100 places in the FIFA rankings. These two teams did play to a 0-0 draw, but then they also played to a 4-0 Honduras win here in Honduras back in October. Plenty of familiarity between these two sides. Lozano also a goal scorer in that game back in October, the 4-0 win. And this was the issue with Reyes taking that cross off the head, but looks like he'll be okay to continue on. And a drop ball will put it back in play. Floated over the top towards the end line. This is cut back. Arriaga. Palma. Palma! It's saved. Rosarena. And he distributes quickly. This is Cuba's game plan. Sit in defensively and then go when you can. Through the run of play, it hasn't been much. When things are settled on the counterattack, that's where Cuba's thrived. Again, weaving through. The extra pass and the shot. Rodriguez has it blocked. Flores fending off some pressure and holds on to it for Honduras. It's floated up, the header, snap towards goal, and Lozano has it saved. Hard to generate a lot of power off of a cross like that. Flicked again through the middle. Alvarez collects. Quick passing here. Lozano connects with Palma. Palma this time has his pocket picked by De La Cruz. It's been a good matchup on this near side between those two. Still battling. And the referee will bring it back. It's a foul against Palma. For that direct ball over the top. This one headed away. Melendez able to track it down. float it forward. Della hasn't really gotten going much in this game. Him and Reyes, the two top goal scorers for this Cuban side. They've been hanging in there. They've had to work hard defensively. Honduras win it back. Arriaga and now Palma looking quickly up the field. Perez wants to see this out of play and does under pressure from Michael Chirinos. Another look at it here. Rolled through the middle. De La Cruz touches it in field and tried to play it ahead. Diaz could have been in. Now De La Cruz looking centrally again, and Arriaga clears it out to midfield this time. Rodriguez brings it down. Nahar. He'll go on the overlap, Nahar, and he'll get the feed. Trying to cut it back for Chirinos. Nothing on for Honduras. Another player down, and it's Orlando De La Cruz. He's put in a big shift so far in this game. Having to try to track down Luis Palma down the near side. He's down there behind the play. Five minutes to go until halftime. Two goals scored in quick succession in this game. Again rolled forward. Nothing on and poked away. Cuba not able to carry it up the field. Rodriguez looking to send the cross away. It was headed away, tracked down by Palma. Luis Palma chipping it forward, and the clearance to put it out. Arriaga for Honduras. A lot of patience being shown. Flores right through the middle. patience was quickly ended as Flores wanted to go direct. Through the middle again, Cuba trying to progress forward. Vega going to grounds, now he's in a battle that he wins, at least initially, then he's fouled. Great work from Luis Vega. The center back having to step a line higher to keep possession for Honduras, and he did so brilliantly. Good initial touch, maybe something on here as Chirino's shot is blocked. Again, play is stopped because the player is down. And this time it's the goalkeeper, Raiko Rosarena. And I think it's cramps. It's a very humid night here in Tegucigalpa. The humidity at 79%. It'll be a drop ball to put it back in play. Moved out wide for Palma. Arriaga. Both teams wanting to start on the right foot. 3 minutes will be added on. Challenge put in, and it was won cleanly. Diaz is fouled. For that long switch of play off the head of Nahar and a throw into Cuba. Turned over, Alvarez. Chip it forward again. And there was some contact there with Palma, but no whistle this time. Rodriguez for Lozano. Lozano cuts it back. Rodriguez! Honduras finishing the half strong. 2 unanswered goals, and they lead 2-1. Coming right through the middle again. Lozano starting it all. And Rodriguez fell to him. One touch to settle and find space. And the other beats a Rosarena. And that tough defending goes for naught now for Cuba as they trail 2-1. Rodriguez, who plays for Olympia, scored 8 goals in 39 appearances domestically here in Honduras. And this goal, his 4th international goal, comes in his 31st cap. For all that possession, all of that domination of this game, they finally have the lead to show it as well, as this first 45 minutes has come to a close. Well, it was Cuba that opened the scoring in this game, and you thought that Honduras might be up against it in World Cup qualifying once again. This might be a new look Honduras side in this 2026 cycle as they end the half with 2 unanswered goals. Our score at the break in Tegucigalpa, it's Honduras 2 and Cuba 1. Getting set for the second 45 minutes of action tonight from Tegucigalpa. It's Honduras and Cuba. Concacaf World Cup qualifying, and a sub for Cuba at the break. We just saw Carlos Vasquez coming out of the locker room with ice around his ankle, and this is the sub. It'll be Carol Perez who will enter. One sub at the break. The 18-year-old will earn his second cap. He plays domestically for Santiago de Cuba. He earned his first international appearance against Honduras on the 15th of October. The referee, I think, is ready to get this one back underway. I'm Josh Eastern, glad to be with you wherever you are tuning in from tonight. Honduras coming from behind to take a 2-1 advantage coming into this second half. There is the whistle, and we are underway for 45 more minutes tonight from Tegucigalpa, Honduras and Cuba. Part of a busy night of World Cup qualifying. Panama and Guyana in action right now as well. Haiti took down St. Lucia earlier today. Jamaica did the same to the Dominican Republic. Costa Rica take on St. Kitts and Nevis tonight. El Salvador against Puerto Rico. Here tonight, Honduras in a bit of a battle with Cuba. It wasn't as straightforward as maybe they had hoped for in that first half. Now they have the advantage. They've dominated this game in terms of possession and shots, and it's showing on the scoreboard as well. Cuba's been strong defensively. Their best chances coming forward have been on the counterattack. Flores. That one put straight out of play. That's rolling all the way out. Nothing doing for Cuba. There's a look at the Cuban technical area. Nelis Castillo, the manager of this Cuban side, doesn't like what his team has done defensively overall. Taking on a barrage of shots and crosses from Honduras. Rosarena's had to make a couple of saves, but at the end of the day, it's Honduras who do have the advantage, and Cuba will have to find a few opportunities coming into the attack. Again, back for Rico Rosarena. Headed out of play, a throw-in coming for Cuba. Paradella is the man to turn to, him and Michael Reyes at the top end of the field for Cuba. Up over the top, and here comes Honduras trying to add a third. Slipped ahead, Lozano, it's blocked. Second chance available, saved by Rosarena. Couple of good opportunities for Lozano and Chirinos right out of halftime. Slipped ahead, decent chance, and that was a good look. Michael Chirinos, though, going for power. Here comes Honduras once again, a sliding challenge put in, this time by Junior Perez. Throw-in coming into the box, taken care of by Eduardo Hernandez. De La Cruz helping to get this out. These are the moments where Cuba has to be good and not able to come through this strong midfield of Honduras tonight. Alvarez and Davy Flores have been strong in the center of the park, because this is just it back and just enough power on it. Run through for Rosarena. Lunging for that one was Perez. He couldn't come away with it, and now it's Hernandez. Plays the square ball centrally. Choco Lozano, he'll take it on. He scuffs the shot wide. Not the connection he was looking for from that sort of distance. Can't blame him for trying his luck. Nahar will have to take the throw-in from the correct spot. It's a foul in the middle, and this will be the game's first yellow card. We'll go to Eduardo Hernandez of Cuba, taking down Jorge Alvarez. Catching that right leg. Clumsy challenge put in by Hernandez. Over the top again. There was a chance for Rodriguez. Instead, it runs out of play. And they've wanted to play direct, Honduras. They've had a decent amount of success doing it. Get at this Cuban side in a lot of different ways. Good defending at the end of the day by Carol Perez. He's earned 2 caps for Cuba. Both have been against Honduras. Something on for Cuba now. Touched ahead and around the corner. Options to pick out in the middle. It's again strong defending in the middle by Melendez. Not letting Matos get anything, and then he turns it over. Very well done by Carlos Melendez. Motagua, center back, 26 years old. His 10th cap coming tonight. Made his debut back in 2019. Honduras on the move again with Rodriguez. Cross-headed and out of play. And a corner kick coming for Honduras. And quite a few of these tonight. They'll have another here. This is their 8th corner. Touch it into play. The return ball for Rodriguez. Has it on that left foot. The in-swinging ball is headed away. Another chance to hit this from distance. Nothing to test to Rosarena. Cuba again trying to build forward, something they really haven't been able to do much of in this game. As Paradella just loses his footing here. There's Alvarez, shot from distance. There's a foul. This will be against Honduras. Paradella. Switch of play. De La Cruz over the top and nothing doing. Counterattacking has no doubt been the best way to get forward for Cuba in this game. When there's space to run into, when Honduras is set up defensively, it's been almost a non-starter for Cuba. Alvarez up over the top. There's Rodriguez in an offside position. And now he gets onto it after it resets. The header on goal, it's wide. Lozano up for it, and a decent effort and a good look at goal. It's chipped up. And you'd bet Lozano to put that on target 9 times out of 10. That was just wide as Rosarena was scrambling back onto his line. Paradella directing traffic. His pass was off the mark. Perez. Gonna play right through the middle. The crowd has been involved all night long. Always makes for a good atmosphere here in Honduras. They play here or in San Pedro Sula. A few different venues Honduras has played at in the past. Rodriguez weaving through. Rodriguez saved by Rosarena. He was well off his line, but still able to push it out of play. And another corner kick on the way. Strong hand onto that by Rosarena. Mostly trying to play these pretty short Honduras or in towards the near post. Palma might have different ideas. This one all the way to the back post, and it's headed away. And this is where Cuba can be dangerous. Maybe not as many numbers forward for Honduras that time as to when they conceded. Again floated forward, it's cut out, this time by Morejon. Positive touch by Espino to move it out wide. De La Cruz wants to switch the point of attack for Paradella. Perez, and that's a foul. Hernandez was caught, free kick to Cuba. Longer this stays, just a 1-goal margin. More nervy it gets for Honduras as we enter the final half hour. Another foul right at midfield. Paradella trying to put on the moves. Clean challenge. He gets right back to his feet. The challenge continues. And then a heavy challenge put at the end of it as Honduras race the other way. Rodriguez plays it through. Chirinos onto it. I wonder if the referee might go to his pocket. Hernandez, the only one on a yellow card in this game. Lozano gets the return. Lozano! Great give and go through the middle, and Honduras looking for a third. A good block put in. They play the corner kick short once again. In-swinging ball deflects to the near side. Lozano keeps it. Now Palma chips it up, and Rosarena is there. Rodriguez, maybe been one of the more dynamic players on the field tonight. Played out wide, chance to cross. Manageable header there by Junior Perez to get it out. And subs on the way, 3 of them. Daron Reyes, Romario Torres, and Rey Angel will all enter. Subs 2, 3, and 4. It's the end of the night for Michael Reyes. The goal scorer will exit. Will also be the end of the night for Carol Espino. The last one off the field will be the man with the yellow card in Eduardo Hernandez. Fresh legs on Dairon Reyes, his 15th cap. He scored 2 international goals. Currently plays for Inter Miami 2 in MLS Next Pro. Just waiting for the last player to come on the field. That's Romario Torres. The 19-year-old, already his 8th cap. He plays in Uruguay for Nacional. Angel, the 21-year-old, his 4th cap. He plays domestically for La Habana. Just one more sub available for Yunelis Castillo and Cuba the rest of the night. Some fresh legs on now. And another shooting chance. Rodriguez has to cut it in fields. Never got a shot away. Back for a Rosareno, had to be quick. He was put in a tough spot. Rosareno, the clearance. He's gotten a good run of games for his club, Rosarena, the Las Vegas Lights. Battling for that #1 spot for club, but #1 goalkeeper here for country. Looked like he's got himself back on side. Chirinos as the cross comes in. The header was deflected as it runs through for a Rosarena. Perez ahead for Paradella. Hesitation as he finds some space and cuts it in fields. Paradella trying to play it into the path of Torres and broke it up. And again broken up. Chance coming centrally, and the pass is off the mark for Diaz. Angel had the opportunity after he picked it off. And nearly for Cuba. Honduras on the move again. Lozano moves it out wide. Rodriguez calling for it in the middle. His cross blocked down. Chirinos wins another corner kick for Honduras. They're really starting to add up. This will be the 11th corner kick of the game for Los Catrachos. Played in short. Rodriguez, the return ball. The in-swinger will bounce out of play. Is there another goal in this game for Cuba? Trying to get something out of this first qualifier. Remember, the top 2 teams in each group will move on to the 3rd round of qualifying. A bit of a different look for Concacaf qualifying. We've seen the hex or the octagonal in the past, but with 3 Concacaf teams hosting, it takes on a bit of a different look in the lead up to 2026. Other teams in this group, Antigua, Bermuda, and the Cayman Islands. Antigua, Barbuda, and Bermuda played to a 1-1 draw yesterday to start things off. Looks like subs coming. Another youngster, another Inter Miami youngster will enter. It's David Ruiz along with Carlos Pineda. First two subs of the game. Jorge Alvarez, one of those players exiting. As both players will enter, and it's also the end of the night for Luis Palma. Ruiz, his 5th cap for the 20-year-old. Pineda, his 14th cap. He plays for Olympia here domestically. Both will get just over 20 minutes. So an Inter Miami product on either side of the field tonight. Ruiz for Honduras and Reyes for Cuba. Trying to charge right through the middle. It's a foul. And Ruiz making his presence felt right away. A player who should slot into the midfield tonight for Honduras, but has gotten a chance at outside back just because of how the roster has been constructed at Inter Miami. A midfielder by trade. Comes for Ruiz. Flores. It's moved out wide again. Maybe something on here for Honduras. The flag is up for offside. Just never got himself back into an onside position. Down the line for Paradella. Trying to cut it in field, and he does. Now he sends the cross away. It's headed away right in front of Menjivar. Sure, the goalkeeper would have rather held on to that, but it was good that ends well for Honduras. Nahar bouncing through the middle. De La Cruz didn't let it through. No foul. Scooped over the top. Chirinos. Not enough in it. Corner kick prevented. And Cuba's playing on. Paradella. And there was a foul behind the play. This was a look at the penalty shout. Doesn't seem like there was enough in that. Over the top. And forcing the clearance there was Carol Perez, just putting some pressure on. Cuba's still down just by a goal, and they'll have a second corner kick in this game. one they will want to take advantage of, and Daron Reyes will send it in. Outswinger head of the way at the near post. Not necessarily what Cuba was looking for, as De La Cruz couldn't keep possession for Cuba. Another look. There was a hand on the shoulder, but there's not enough in that for a penalty. This was fouled by De La Cruz just a moment ago. Flores nods it forward. Torres keeps possession for Cuba as we enter the final 15 minutes plus stoppage time. Looking for that direct ball over the top. Bounces right into the arms of Menjivar. Still one more sub available for Cuba. 3 more available in 2 windows for Honduras. Both teams with games coming up in the next few days. Honduras will play on Sunday. They'll go on the road to Bermuda. Now Cuba will play host to the Cayman Islands. That game will be on Tuesday. That will close out the window before the second round of World Cup qualifying concludes a year from now. Hell is down, but there will be a sub coming. It's the end for Yasnier Matos. And entering will be William Pozo. Pozo, who plays internationally in Finland, pardon me, for club in Finland. His 23rd cap, he scored 4 goals in his career. 26-year-olds. There will also be Rubilio Castillo entering to replace Choco Lozano, the goal scorer off the field. Good showing for Lozano tonight. And Davy Flores will also exit. It'll be Kervin Arriaga, one MLS player on for another. Arriaga, who plays for Minnesota United in Major League Soccer. Arriaga's 24th cap for the 26-year-olds. Bilio Castillo plays for Motagua domestically, the 32-year-olds. This is his 34th cap tonight. And 1 more sub available for Reynaldo Rueda and Honduras. I want to find another goal in this game. Every goal counts, especially when you only play everybody once. You have to make every game count. Could come down to goal difference, goals scored, whatever it may be. De La Cruz. Throw in going the way of Honduras with 11 minutes to go. Throw-in coming, pardon me, a foul given to Honduras. Chirinos upended by Reyes. Chirinos back on his feet, and a free kick going the way of Honduras. Nahar. He was not able to keep that in play. Was a handball. Another free kick for Cuba. It's intercepted. Rodriguez bursting forward for Honduras. Chance to cut this back. The shot's into the corner. 3-1 to Honduras. It's the substitute Rubilio Castillo. The crowd bouncing tonight into Tegucigalpa. Another well-worked goal, and right at the center of it was Edwin Rodriguez. A great ball in from David Ruiz. The youngster combines with the veteran, and Castillo buries it right in the corner. No saving that from Arozarena. He was going the wrong way. The 7th international goal for Rubilio Castillo, his first since 2019. It looks like the final sub has been made. Chirinos is coming off the field. It is Alexi Vega who will enter. Cuba hung in this match for so long. You can only do so much defending before you relieve some of that pressure with some possession and time higher up the field. They just have not been threatening enough in this game. Been a little bit better in terms of possession. At halftime it was at 31%, now it's at 40. But the shots were 15-2 at halftime. They're now 24-2. No shots in this half for Cuba. Based on all of that, it's pretty remarkable that they have a goal in this game. Although a well-worked counterattack will do that. Paradella. They get something to test Menjivar. Not here. Again, Rodriguez, he's been a handful tonight. Deflects off to the far side. Could this be another chance? Ruiz circling, couldn't keep it. Here's Vega, just onto the field. Rodriguez for Nahar. It's a foul. Leon Hell. Looks like we'll see his name taken here. It's the second yellow card given tonight. Rosarena organizing this wall. And it looks like it's going to be Alexi Vega. He's the only one standing around this. A two-man wall. Let's see what the decision is. Vega will curl this in. Castillo's the closest one to it. It deflects out of play. Last off De La Cruz and a corner kick. Lofted ball in. De La Cruz getting to it first. Rodriguez going low on the in-swinger. Another challenge put in. Final few minutes ticking off the clock here. Honduras has been dominant tonight. It's a foul at midfield. Vega. Well, this is the type of performance that Honduras would have wanted to start off these qualifiers. The favorites coming into this group. Look at the likes of Antigua and Barbuda, Bermuda, Cayman Islands, and Cuba. Honduras, no doubt the top team, and they're showing that tonight. This deflects through the middle. Maybe something on here. Pozo turning it back. Perez for Pozo. Still no shots in this second half for Cuba. They get a shooting chance upcoming. De La Cruz. Cross blocked and out for a throw-in. Have to go all the way back into their defensive half. Here's a Rosarena. To find out how much stoppage time will be coming as Honduras have another throw-in. It's 3 minutes added on. Over the top again and cut out. Honduras hasn't been to a World Cup since 2014. This would be the perfect start to try to get back to one as it rolls out of play. With an expanded field in this upcoming World Cup. Arguably the top 3 teams, at least the top 2 teams in the region already qualified because of them being hosts. It's a great chance for some of these Central American countries, maybe even somebody from the Caribbean like a Jamaica, to make some noise during this qualifying cycle. Be playing a lot of competitive games in the next year between these qualifiers, Nations League coming up in the fall. A lot of opportunity to boost that profile and play a lot of games together. These managers have their work cut out for them in picking the best roster. Maybe a few of the best players for Honduras not with the team tonight. Rueda talked about Elenis Vargas, who is impressed in MLS. Douglas Martinez, who's been playing well in the USL Championship, the 2nd division in the United States. A couple of players not called in because of their club responsibilities this week. Reyes through the middle. Diaz plays it centrally. Last few opportunities for Cuba to at least grab something else in this game. Down the line for Paradella. Reyes. Space as Cuba can turn the corner, and they'll get another corner kick. It'll be the last action of this game. And it's Javier Arriaga who's gonna potentially go the full 90. Well, have to. There's no more subs left. He's just cramping here. Reyes delivers. It's over everybody. And that is full time. Well, Honduras trailed in this game to begin after Cuba scored the opening goal. But from then on, it was complete domination. Just 2 shots in this game conceded by Honduras. Nothing in the second half, and Honduras starts out their World Cup qualifying journey on the right foot. A perfect start here at home in Tegucigalpa. Our full-time score from Estadio Chalato Ucles. It is Honduras 3 and Cuba 1. Full-time highlights from this Concacaf World Cup qualifying match, Honduras and Cuba. We start things off in the first half, and Cuba on the break. This would be their only shot on target of the entire game, but it would find the back of the net. A great goal from Michael Reyes to open the scoring in the 26th minute. A great start here on the road for Cuba as they open the scoring early on. But there would be a response just a few minutes later from Honduras after the celebration from Cuba. Chip ball in by Palma. Choco Lozano on the turn. Just 4 minutes after Reyes opened the scoring, Lozano equalizes. And from then on, it was pretty much all Honduras. A thorough victory tonight for Los Catrachos as they start with 3 points. As the first half continued on, Luis Palma would have some opportunities cutting in on that dangerous right foot. One of the top players for this Honduran side. At the end of the half, there would be more chances for Honduras. Lozano's header taken here. And then good 1-2 play between Lozano and Edwin Rodriguez. Maybe the man of the match tonight. Felt like he was around a lot of good things that happened for Honduras. He gets his goal here, 45+2, to send Honduras into the locker room with a 2-1 advantage. This would turn out to be the game-winning goal on the night. As the second half progressed, it would just be all Honduras. No shots in the second half from Cuba. Lozano, a good chance here. And then another opportunity saved by Rosarena. More Honduras opportunities. And a chance here from distance. One that just flashes over the bar. Nothing doing for Jorge Alvarez. Edwin Rodriguez at the middle of a lot of good things. Here would be another chance. The header just wide by Lozano. One of the last chances for him in that second half before he was subbed off. Eventually there would be a third goal in this game. Edwin Rodriguez, and wouldn't find it here. Another save by Rosarena, who was a busy man in goal tonight. Rosarena making 5 saves overall. More opportunities and nothing doing here for Honduras. Eventually, a third goal would come. Ruiz connecting with Castillo, and Rubilio Castillo in the 82nd minute provides the insurance tally on the night to make it 3-1 in favor of Honduras, and that would be all that she wrote tonight. A dominating victory for Honduras in this game, 24-2 in shots, and 8 of those finding the target of goal. And a perfect start for Reynaldo Rueda and Honduras in World Cup qualifying as Honduras win it by 3-1. That does it for our coverage tonight from Tegucigalpa. For our entire crew, I'm Josh Eastern. Once again, our final score, Honduras 3 and Cuba 1. Good night.